Now, here's a story I've been trying to avoid just because I've never felt that kind of sense of revulsion, that sort of disgusting feeling by listening and looking at the imagery and sounds before me. So I just avoided it, and now it's come back, and I'm like, all right, I think it's time. I think I've digested. I think I can get through this. So this is a person called FerociouslySteph calling people white supremacists and threatens to go after shitty people. Now, if you don't know who this person is, they are part of Twitch's Safety Advisory Council, whatever the devil that means. And you can read up on that. I don't really care. This is their bio right here. Where is it? There we go. Steph has been a full-time streamer since her debut, playing competitive collegiate Heroes of the Storm in 2016. She was one of the first transgender streamers to ever be partnered on Twitch, and her first to bring a transgender pride flag emote to the platform. I don't know why that's relevant or why that's important, but okay. Her fight for inclusivity includes creating a competitive team composed entirely of marginalized gamers. Now, I don't know what the devil a competitive team of marginalized gamers would consist of. I don't think that's important, because if you're in a competitive team of gamers, you have one job, and that's to be good at playing the game. If you're in a certain role or you have a certain task, you have to be the best at what you do, and that's why you're on the team. It doesn't matter whether you're a person of color or you're of a certain denomination or you like certain sexualities or you're missing a leg or what have you. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. All that matters in a competitive team is, are you any good? Are you better than average? And if you're not, your team is going to suck. So you wouldn't be a competitive team. Like, meritocracy is blind. No one cares about all those other things. All that matters is you're good at your task. So already we have a problem. And she vehemently opposes non-inclusive mechanics. I don't know what a non-inclusive game mechanic is, but apparently such a thing is called voice chat. Now, I have no clue how the devil voice chat could be non-inclusive. Is it because people speak different languages? They have different quality microphones? Maybe ping is a factor and they can't quite communicate well. But I don't know how someone could be vehemently opposed to communication in competitive gaming. Have you ever seen professional gaming? People who play League of Legends or StarCraft or what have you, the 5-on-5 maps, they all have headsets and microphones, and they're all talking privately. They want to communicate. They want to make sure everyone's quick to respond. So how the devil does voice chat make things non-inclusive? It blows my, what are you talking about? How could communication be bad? Maybe she has a better solution. I'd love to see it. But I don't think we're going to get that from this genius here. So this is the line that I'm like, I couldn't believe this. So in this video, there's a bunch of videos. I'm just not cool with white supremacy, y'all. Okay. Has anyone seen a white supremacy? I have never seen this in all my years alive. Maybe they're out there, but how would I even know they're on the other side of the screen playing a game with me? What difference would that make? I think a lot of gamers are white supremacists. Sorry, just a fact of how I feel. just a fact of how I feel. Just say how you feel. It's not a fact of how you feel. So this person thinks a lot of gamers are white supremacists. How do you come to that conclusion? Beats the hell out of me. Maybe she has some magical stats she pulled out of her ass. The only way to have a level playing field at the highest level of play. Oh, she's an expert at playing. Okay, I don't know what game, of course. Is to not have voice chat. To not have people give up their linguistic profiles? What the hell does a linguistic profile have anything to do with playing at the highest level of... If you can communicate even poorly to me that you are going to go attack an enemy or retreat or do something, whether that's in Yiddish or Mexican, so long as I can understand pretty much what you're trying to do, that's what I want. I want communication. And people learn very quickly whether they communicate well or not. But to eliminate it, because it gives up their... What the hell is she talking? A linguistic profile. I speak with the French accent. Oh, you have given everything away. Ha ha. Wait, you're on my team. What is going on here? What nonsense. So she writes, ooh, yeah, a lot of people with cis white male voices thinking voice chat is critical to competitive games being competitive. Like, what? How does she know there are white male voices who are cis white male? What is a cis white male voice? Half the people I talk to online, I have no idea their background skin tone. It never occurred to me. I don't care. Like, what are you talking about? Tell me more about how we'll solve systemic misogyny and everything will be fine, lol. What do you think a game is? What do you think two-way communication over a voice chat is supposed to... You're not going to solve whatever misogyny and this and that over a game. You're going to maybe swear at each other. You're going to say good game and do this, do that, get out of the way, blah, blah, blah. You could say all these fun things, but you're not going to solve whatever the hell you're talking about. Gaming is not here to solve world issues, okay? So here's a person called Delightfully Danny, and she's saying, wait a second, as a female who used to play competitive games, voice chat is essential. You need to have it. If you don't have it, your game sucks or your game competition goes down. And saying women need these things changed because they're automatically at a disadvantage is misogynistic in itself, because it says that we aren't equal to men in gaming and we need the rules changed. Well, that's an extreme way of looking at it, but essentially it's true, because why should you change something for women when it's just communication? I don't get it. And it's not the voice communication. It's not... I don't know exactly what it is. What is... Linguistic profiles? Like, what does that have to do with anything? What is a linguistic profile in competitive gaming? So there she tries backtracking. I have never and will never say most gamers are white supremacists. Okay, then what the hell did you say up here? I think a lot of gamers are white supremacists. Okay, what? White men have the most privilege when it comes to voice chat communication? What? How? What are you talking about? Do they all speak European languages to each other? Can they speak more than one European language? What? This statement has riled more than a few white supremacists. What? Didn't you just say will never say most gamers are white supremacists? And then you say the third sentence down, this statement has riled up more than a few white supremacists. Oh boy. Remember, having privilege does not invalidate your hardships. You know what also doesn't invalidate your hardships? Being a blithering idiot. What are you talking about? There are problems with voice chat. Okay, such as... Let's talk about how to make the playing field more level. It's two-way communication. How about don't say crazy shit when you're playing Heroes of the Storm there, Steph? I.e. ways to effectively exchange tactical info without your voice. Well, then you wouldn't be using voice chat now, would you? What are you talking about? What, you want clicks and beeps? Like, what, Morse code? Like, what are you doing? I'm not coming to steal voice chat from you, and no, we weren't expecting you would, you lunatic. I was arguing against an impending reckless implementation. How the devil is turning on voice chat an impending reckless implementation? Because it reveals your vocal profile or whatever the hell. I just nonsense on top of crazy. So then she tries to play the semantics game. If a lot and most are the same thing, why do you keep misquoting me? If what? There's a lot of white supremacists in my comments and DMs right now. Okay, if you're against her or disagree, you're a white supremacist. But you're not a gamer, because she will never say most gamers are white supremacists. But there's a lot of white supremacists here. Oh, she used the word a lot. So she's being very careful with their words. In case you want to know the actual etymology, I don't know why we were doing this, but just because it's fun for me. A lot means a large number or amount of, a great deal. So within the context of, let's say, nothing, and you have like 2 sugar cubes, you're like, that's a lot of sugar cubes compared to nothing. It's like, yeah. And more means a greater or additional amount or degree, meaning, wow, I wasn't expecting to have 2 sugar cubes. That was more than I was expecting compared to nothing. When in reality, there's still 2 sugar cubes, whether using the more term or the a lot term. They're both pronouns. They're extremely similar. One is based off of a pretense to quantity, and the other one is just a measurement of quantity. There's a lot of X's. Oh, there's more X's than I thought. Thanks for the literacy lesson there, Steph. Really clarifying your argument for hating white people or white supremacists who may or may not be gamers. It's just bizarre. Oh boy. I'm not going anywhere. I have power. They can't take it away from me. Okay. There are some people that should be afraid of me. We are afraid of you. You're creepy as hell. And there are people I represent moderation. And there are because, okay. Let me try this again. There are some people that should be afraid of me. And there are because I represent moderation and diversity. You represent insanity and nonsense. If you represent diversity, I want to have nothing to do with diversity. You're scaring me. And I'm going to come for hurtful, harmful people. Well, apparently not, because you turned off voice chat. So what are you going to do? Type to them in a rude manner? Oh. If you are a really shitty person, but how would you know? Because you turned off voice chat. I'm going to stand up against you, period. Okay. Twitch is endorsing me to do that. Really? Twitch wants you to come after people who aren't using voice chat and are communicating in some other fashion, in a shitty manner. Okay. And then later she would state this: I literally have 0 power right now. I have no idea how much power I have, and at that moment it's 0. Like, what? What are you talking about? Twitch gave me power. No, I have 0 power. I might have more power later, but right now, all I can tell is that I'm supposed to say what things I think are maybe bad ideas. I think you have a lot of bad ideas. I think everything you've said so far is a bad idea. And then Twitch will maybe then act on them. I'm not Twitch staff. It's like, okay. So you're a recommendation person for non-voice chat communicate? Like, what do you do? Oh boy. So there's other stories of her being part of the Anti-Defamation League and what that means. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into her weird fetish of thinking she's a deer and who eats grass and other bizarre nonsense. I mean, that's the creepy stuff. But the whole talk about systemic misogyny and gamers there's a lot of white supremacists who are gamers, and backpedaling on that and saying there's more white supremacists. Like, just semantics on top of backpedaling, moving goalposts, being a creepy weirdo. And this is part of the Twitch Safety Advisory Council. So bravo, Twitch. You got a lunatic on your hands. and a creepy one at that. And that's all I have to say about that. Have yourself a great evening, guys.